Hello students, this is Tracy Sahai and we are going to deal with the fourth lecture of Unit 1 of Law of Contract Part 2. And as you have seen in the previous lecture, we have divided this third and fourth lecture. There is a one topic and we have divided in this two lecture because the topic was pretty lengthy. So in the third lecture, we have studied the concept of guarantee. What was the definition and the concept of guarantee? I hope so that you were able to understand it. And now in this lecture, which is most important, we will study the essentials of guarantee. What are the essentials of the contract of guarantee? And as in the previous lecture, I have stated you that in 2017, they have asked essentials of guarantee. In 2018 also, they have asked the essentials of guarantee. Whenever I'm repeating this in the very quick manner, that whenever they will ask contract of guarantee, you have to answer the essentials of guarantee. Okay? Now, we have done with this previous year questions in the last lecture, so need not to do this again. Now, contract of guarantee, essentials of contract of guarantee. Already in the previous lecture, it is a quick revision. I have told you that the contract of guarantee, the first very important thing that the transactions are that there is only one transaction. The second point, the transaction is one, but the creditor has two pockets. One is surety and second is principal debtor. Now, before giving to this point, the thing is that there are three parties involved in contract of guarantee. First is principal debtor, second is creditor, third is surety. Okay. Now this point will come that in contract of guarantee the transaction is one, but the creditor have two pockets. One is with principal debtor and second is with surety. Okay. Surety is also known as alternate debtor, or surety is known as the additional debtor, where in the case of default by the principal debtor, surety is liable to pay to the creditor. Take now, this was done with the concept, and why it is so. It is to secure the liability, or as you can see in the section 126, that in section 126 they have said that the contract of guarantee is to perform the promise. Two words are there: to perform the promise or discharge the liability of the third person. ठीक. So the surety, there is a contract between the surety and the creditor, that in the case principal debtor will default, he will perform the promise of the principal debtor, or he will discharge the liability, whatever the liability of principal debtor, he will perform the liability of principal debtor. So now, moving towards this essentials, the essentials of contract of guarantee. As from the section 126, we can see that there are basically what are the essentials of contract of guarantee. First, one transaction. Second, three parties. Third, there are three contracts. Three contracts are there. So now, moving towards the essentials of contract of guarantee, you can note it also down. First point is that in contract of guarantee, there are first thing is that there are three parties. First, first you will write this, that there are three parties. First essential, that first is principal debtor who takes loan on credit. Second is creditor who gives loan on credit. Third is surety who gives the surety for that particular transaction. Second point, there are three contracts. Three contracts. First, the contract is between principal debtor and creditor, that is contract of loan. Second, the contract is between the surety and the creditor, that is contract of guarantee. The third is contract between the surety and the principal debtor. It is an implied contract, that is contract of indemnity, which is mentioned in section 145. Now, the third point, which is important, that there must be the first you have the, now I'm repeating this, the first essential first essential three parties. Second essentials of contract of guarantee is that three contracts. Third essential of contract of guarantee is that there must be a principal debt. Now, you have to understand what is. There must be principal debt. The very important feature of contract of guarantee is that कि principal debt होना चाहिए. Means there must be the existence of principal debtor. Principal debtor का existence होना चाहिए. Principal debt होना चाहिए. Because the transaction is one. एक ही transaction है जिसके ऊपर ये डेट ये गारंटी दी जाती है. तो if there is an existence of if there is no existence of principal debtor, or if there is no existence of principal debt, there is no liability on principal debtor. And if there is no liability on principal debtor, so as there is no liability on surety. So the very important point, very important and the third essential of contract of guarantee is that there must be the existence of principal debt. Principal debt होना चाहिए. For an example, in the case of suppose P has taken loan of 10,000 from creditor C. You know that I have said that I'll mention P and C and S as an example. So suppose P has taken a loan of 10,000 from C. Now on this is what? This is contract of loan, the first contract. On this, surety has given, S has given the guarantee that C, in the case P will default, I will pay. This is contract of guarantee. This is contract of guarantee which is between the surety and the creditor. So now for this particular contract of guarantee, the very important point is that there must be this transaction of 10,000 rupees of contract of loan which principal debtor has must have been taken from creditor, जो principal debtor creditor से लेगा. Now I am explaining it in Hindi for the Hindi medium student कि there are, हमें पता है कि तीन पार्टीज होती है. प्रिंसिपल डेटर जो पैसा लेता है, क्रेडिटर जो पैसा उसको दे रहा है, और श्योरिटी जो इसके ऊपर गारंटी ले रहा है. तो प्रिंसिपल डेटर जब सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है कि प्रिंसिपल डेट होना चाहिए, कुछ मूल आपका क्या कहते हैं उधार होना चाहिए, उसी के ऊपर कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ गारंटी निर्धारित है. अगर प्रिंसिपल डेटर ने, सपोज एक प्रिंसिपल डेटर है व्यक्ति जो पी है, जिसका नाम पी है, उसने सी से क्रेडिटर से उधार लिया 10,000 का ऑन सपोज ऑन द डेट ऑफ 5 मई 2021. उसने उधार लिया और उसने कहा कि मैं तुम्हें 5 मई 2022 को, एक साल बाद, तुम्हें 10,000 रुपए प्लस 5,000 रुपए ब्याज, मतलब 10,000 रुपए जो मूलधन है प्लस 5,000 रुपए जो ब्याज, मैं तुम्हें एक साल बाद उसको लौटा दूंगा. ना, दिस इज अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बिटवीन पी एंड सी. पी जो है प्रिंसिपल डेटर, वो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ लोन कर रहा है. किस तरह का कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है? कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ लोन है पी और सी के बीच में. सी पैसे दे रहा है उसको उधार पे और इंटरेस्ट पे दे रहा है, और पी उधार उससे ले रहा है. इस उधार पे ना सी को चाहिए गारंटर. उसने कहा कि इसका मैं कैसे मान लूं कि तू मुझे पैसे दोगा? आई नीड अ श्योरिटी ऑल्सो, सिक्योरिटी ऑल्सो फॉर इट. Now C has, S is giving the security on this particular transaction. S सिक्योरिटी दे रहा है इस पर्टिकुलर ट्रांजैक्शन का कि C तुम P को पैसे दे दो, एक साल बाद अगर वो नहीं लौटाता है. नाउ दिस इज वेयर बिटवीन नाउ दिस इज अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट बिटवीन S एंड C. श्योरिटी कहता है क्रेडिटर से कि अगर P को तुम पैसे दे दो, अगर वो उधार नहीं लौटाता है 5 मई 2022 को, तो उसकी जगह मैं उसकी लायबिलिटी डिस्चार्ज करूंगा. Whatever the promise which a P will not fulfill, he will default in the promise, I'll fulfill that particular promise or I will discharge the liability. ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ गारंटी है बिटवीन श्योरिटी एंड क्रेडिटर उस पर्टिकुलर एक ट्रांजैक्शन 10,000 रुपीज के लिए. सपोज 2022 में 5 मई 2022 को पी डिफॉल्ट करता है पेमेंट में, तो सी किसके पास जाएगा? सी श्योरिटी के पास जाएगा पैसा लेने. इसीलिए हम कहते हैं कि ट्रांजैक्शन कितना हो रहा है? एक ही ट्रांजैक्शन हो रहा है 10,000 रुपए का. एक ही ट्रांजैक्शन हो रहा है जो क्रेडिटर आपको प्रिंसिपल डेटर को दे रहा है, और उस पे अब सी के पास कितने लोग हैं पैसे देने के लिए? सी के पास दो लोग हैं. या तो वो प्रिंसिपल डेटर से पैसे ले जिसने उससे उधार लिया है, या इन द केस प्रिंसिपल डेटर डिफॉल्ट करता है तो वो श्योरिटी से पैसा लेगा. So this is where I have said that there is a one transaction but creditor has two pockets. So I hope so that you people get understand that the third important essential of contract of guarantee is that there must be the existence of principal debt. Principal debt का होना बहुत जरूरी है. As you can see in many books they have written that there must be the existence of principal debtor. Principal debtor होगा तो ही principal debt होगा. तो उसका second thing is important in this line, you have to attach that the debt should be lawful. जो डेट होना चाहिए, जो उधार होना चाहिए, डेट मीन्स उधार, जो उधार होना चाहिए वो क्या होना चाहिए? लॉफुल तरीके से लिया जाना चाहिए. एज यू नो विद द प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ जनरल प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, अगर उधार लॉफुल तरीके से नहीं लिया गया है तो देयर इज नो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट, एंड इफ देयर इज नो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट देयर इज नो क्वेश्चन ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ गारंटी. Now, leading toward this case, as you can see on your screen, that there is a case of Swan versus Bank of Scotland. So, in this case, they have said that Actually, the purpose of guarantee being to secure the payment of a debt. The existence of recoverable debt is necessary. जो existence होना चाहिए recoverable debt का वो necessary है. If it's the essence of a guarantee, there has to be someone liable as a principal debtor, and the surety undertakes to be liable on his default. If there is no principal debt, there can be no valid guarantee. If there is no existence of principal debt, there cannot be no guarantee. A contract of guarantee is a tripartite agreement. When I say the contract of guarantee is a tripartite agreement between the principal debtor, creditor and surety. Here you understand by making a triangle that in triangle there is a principal debtor, there is a surety, there is a creditor. So it is a tripartite agreement. Now this was the first case in which Swan versus Bank of Scotland. As you can see on your screen that in this case what has been decided. Now, the recovery should be lawful. The debt should be lawful. If there is no lawful debt, this is what the crux of the case is, which I am telling you the priorly. If there is no lawful debt, there cannot be a contract of guarantee. In this case, what happened? The payment of overdraft of a banker customer was guaranteed by the defendant. There was an overdraft by the customer, by banker's customer, which was guaranteed by the defendant. The overdraft was contrary to the statute. मीन्स इन दैट केस द ओवरड्राफ्ट नहीं स्टैट्यू ने मना किया था कि ओवरड्राफ्ट आप नहीं बना सकते विच वॉज नॉट ओनली इम्पोज पेनाल्टी अपॉन द पार्टीज टू सच ड्राफ्ट बट ऑल्सो मेड देम वॉइड. बैंक में ये नियम था कि आप ओवरड्राफ्ट नहीं बना सकते. ओवरड्राफ्ट मतलब किसी के अकाउंट में 10,000 रुपए के हैं और वो 12,000 रुपए का ओवरड्राफ्ट बना दिया. सो जो ओवरड्राफ्ट बनाना अनलॉफुल था और उसकी पेनाल्टी भी थी. द कस्टमर हैविंग डिफॉल्टेड द श्योरिटी वॉज सूड फॉर द लॉस. कस्टमर ने डिफॉल्ट किया तो श्योरिटी वॉज सूड फॉर द लॉस. बस इट वॉज हेल्ड नॉट लाइबल. उन्होंने कहा ये लाइबल नहीं है बिकॉज जब बनाना अनलॉफुल है you cannot bank cannot make it it is not a lawful thing. So if the debt is principal debt is not lawful, the recovery of debt by the surety is also unlawful. जो चीज lawful नहीं लोन lawful contract of loan lawful ही नहीं है तो उसकी जो गारंटी है वो भी lawful नहीं है. तो जो principal debt होना चाहिए वो lawful होना चाहिए. The court said that if there is nothing due, no balance, the obligation to make the nothing good amount itself is to nothing. If no debt is due, अगर कोई debt due नहीं है, the banker is forbidden from having any claim against his customer. Then there is अगर बैंक कस्टमर से कोई क्लेम नहीं कर सकता तो वो क्या किससे श्योरिटी से भी कोई क्लेम नहीं कर सकता. Now, moving towards the next point, that in this case there is a question being asked before going towards your notes. I'll ask you a question. Suppose in the case principal debtor is minor, principal debtor minor, and he has taken loan from creditor. Principal एकदम आराम से सुनना and you please listen very carefully and you cannot answer, you listen very carefully and understand this point, that principal in the case if the principal debtor is minor and he has taken loan from creditor, so what will be the liability of the surety? The guarantee, this is where this gave a question of a point of guarantee of a minor debt. So in crux first I will explain you, then I'll give you the lengthy version of the notes. If the principal debtor is a minor, he cannot contract. According to the English law also of Infants Relief Act 1874, he cannot contract. There is a minor cannot contract. You know this point. A minor, the agreement with the minor is void, ab initio. Starting से void होती है. So if principal debtor is a minor, he cannot take a contract of loan. Rule of restitution will also restitution will also apply that he cannot take a money. ठीक है? So there cannot be a contract of loan. So any contract with minor is void ab initio. Now in that particular case, contract of loan has become void. Now suppose on this particular he has taken 10,000. Suppose P is a minor, is 17 years of age. He has taken money from of 10,000 rupees from C, creditor. Now on this particular transaction, the surety has given the guarantee. Surety ने guarantee दिया. Then what is the liability of surety? Liability surety की क्या होगी इस केस में? So now, giving you this answer, if minor has taken, the principal debtor has taken 10,000 rupees. So minor agreement is void ab initio, first point. So agreement with minor is void. So there is no liability of principal debtor. and hence if there is no liability of principal debtor, then there cannot be any liability of surety. So surety की भी कोई liability नहीं होगी. ना creditor can, if creditor cannot ask um, taking back money from principal debtor, so in that particular case he cannot ask taking back money from the surety. If, I'm repeating this, if principal debtor is a minor, the minor agreement is void ab initio. Minor agreement void ab initio होता है, so there is no liability of principal debtor. And if the principal debtor, there is no liability of principal debtor, then hence there cannot be any liability of surety. फिर liability surety की भी नहीं होती है. Now seeing towards your notes, this is where the first case, now going with the length, a similar problem in this case arises in the Queen bench. This was the first case in where the similar problem has been arise, that is Scott versus Company and versus Brown Leckie, which was held that no liability should be incurred by the surety. In this case, first time it was held that no liability should be incurred by the surety. And the report says that a loan by way of overdraft made by a bank to infant void under section 1 of the Infant Relief Act 1874. कोई भी लोन जो बैंक ने infant means minor के खिलाफ बनाया था वो void है. किस किस आधार पे सेक्शन 1 ऑफ द इन्फेंट रिलीफ एक्ट के आधार पे वो वाइड है. एंड द गारंटी ऑफ द लोन वेयर द फैक्ट ऑफ इन्फेंसी इज नोन टू ऑल पार्टीज कैन नॉट बी मेड लायबल इन एन एक्शन ऑन द गारंटी. जो लाइबिलिटी है जो लोन की, उसको हम भले ही वो जानते थे कि प्रिंसिपल डेटर माइनर है, उसको हम लाइबिलिटी नहीं बना सकते, श्योरिटी भी लाइबल नहीं होगा. सो अपार्ट फ्रॉम द अथॉरिटी, it would certainly seem strange that if a contract to make the debt default or miscarriage of another could be binding, whereby the statute, the loan guarantee is in terms made absolutely void. Now, this was the case in England. This was the case in England. Now, what happened in India? It was held following earlier English authorities that a minor debt has been knowingly guaranteed, the surety would be held liable as principal debtor himself. Now, this which was had made a departure from English law in the first instance. अब इंडिया में ये हुआ कि the original rule was that कि if in the case principal debtor is a minor, what is the position in India? I'm telling you, if the principal debtor is a minor, अगर principal debtor minor है तो उसकी कोई लाइबिलिटी नहीं है, तो श्योरिटी की कोई लाइबिलिटी नहीं होगी. बट इन द केस श्योरिटी नोज द फैक्ट at the time of transaction of contract of loan that principal debtor is a minor, knowingly he has taken the guarantee of this particular transaction, then in that case surety will be liable and it will be held. Principal debtor in this case also will not be liable, but surety will be liable and he will be the first, he will be not be the alternate debtor or additional debtor, he will be the primarily, he will be liable and he will be considered as principal debtor. उसको प्रिंसिपल डेटर की तरह कंसिडर किया जाएगा. इन अदर वर्ड्स, दूसरे शब्दों में इजी तरीके से मैं बता रही हूँ, अगर प्रिंसिपल डेटर माइनर है और उसने कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ लोन किया है, सपोज उसने 10,000 क्रेडिटर से लिया है और एट द टाइम ऑफ ट्रांजैक्शन वो माइनर था, तो श्योरिटी श्योरिटी को ये बात की नॉलेज थी कि प्रिंसिपल डेटर माइनर है, फिर भी उसने गारंटी ली, तो उस केस में प्रिंसिपल डेटर फर्स्ट केस में तो लाइबल नहीं है क्योंकि वो माइनर है और ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट पर्टिकुलर वॉइड है, लेकिन श्योरिटी क्या हो जाएगा, प्रिंसिपल डेटर की पोजीशन पे खड़ा हो जाएगा और वो प्राइमरली पैसे वापस करने के लिए रिस्पॉन्सिबल होगा एज इफ ही वॉज द प्रिंसिपल डेटर, ऐसे कि वो प्रिंसिपल डेटर है. प्रिंसिपल डेटर will be flushed out from this particular scene and surety will step into the shoes of principal debtor. Surety principal debtor की shoes में चला जाएगा and he will be primarily liable for contract of loan. He will not be the additional debtor or alternate debtor. He will be primarily responsible for contract of loan. So now this was held in this Kashiba versus Shripad case in Bombay High Court. Now you can see on your screen, Bombay High Court observed that a surety to a bond. Now in this case what happened? That a surety to a bond passed by a minor for money borrowed for purpose of litigation not found to be necessary is liable to be sued on it whether the contract of the minor is considered to be void or voidable. इस केस में माइनर ने देयर इज अ केस ऑफ अ लिटिगेशन विद द माइनर हैज बोरोड द मनी, सो नाउ इस केस में कंसिडर किया गया कि वेदर हम इसको वॉइड मानेंगे या वॉइडेबल मानेंगे. So we see in this case the court said that we see no reason why person cannot contract to guarantee the performance by a third person of a duty of imperfect obligation if the debt is void. The contract of so-called surety is not collateral but a principal contract. ना कोलेट्रल उसकी जिम्मेदारी नहीं होगी, ये इजी शब्दों में ये कहा जा रहा है कि उसकी जिम्मेदारी कोलेट्रल नहीं होगी. मींस surety will not be the additional debtor, surety will not be the alternate debtor, surety will not be a collateral debtor, surety will be the principal debtor to pay the amount to the creditor as if he has taken the money. So where he will step into the shoes of principal debtor if, having said so, if he is having the knowledge at the time of the transaction that the principal debtor is a minor. I hope so that you have come with this point, and the first point and the third point of essentials of contract of guarantee of principal debtor is over. Now the fourth point is that of contract essential that there must be a consideration for guarantee which has been enshrined in section 127 of Contract Act. ये कहता है सेक्शन कि भाई कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ गारंटी में कंसिडरेशन होना चाहिए. एंड व्हाट इज द कंसिडरेशन जिससे कि श्योरिटी गारंटी दे रहा है. नाउ व्हेन यू सी द सेक्शन 127 contract of guarantee, anything done or any promise made for the benefit of the principal debtor may be sufficient consideration to the surety for giving the guarantee. Now why they have mentioned this section? So they have mentioned this section because you can see that sometimes it can happen that surety can claim that there is a contract between me and you creditor, but what is the consideration? As you can see the principles of contract, that for the formation of contract consideration is necessary. फॉर्मेशन ऑफ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के लिए कंसिडरेशन नेसेसरी होता है. तो कल को कहीं श्योरिटी ये ना कह दे कि मेरा जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट है उसमें मेरा तो कंसिडरेशन कहीं है ही नहीं. इसलिए सेक्शन को मेंशन किया गया कि जो भी क्रेडिटर प्रिंसिपल डेटर के लिए कर रहा है वही सफिशिएंट कंसिडरेशन है श्योरिटी के लिए उसके और क्रेडिटर के कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के लिए. सी whatever now they have written anything done or any promise made for the benefit of principal debtor. कोई भी चीज प्रॉमिस जो क्रेडिटर ने किया है या कोई भी चीज जो क्रेडिटर ने की है प्रिंसिपल डेटर के बेनिफिट के लिए may be sufficient consideration, उसको sufficient consideration मान लेंगे to the surety for giving the guarantee. It will be considered that it is a sufficient surety, a sufficient consideration to the surety for giving the particular guarantee. Now as you can see the illustration, if you are now B request A to sell and deliver him goods on credit. Now there is a party B request A to sell and gives him goods on credit. B is the principal debtor in this case, A is creditor in this case. B ने कहा कि A को कि मुझे उधार पे और कुछ सामान उधार पे देके डिलीवर कर दो, बेच दो. A agrees to do so. A agree कर गया कि ठीक है मैं बेच दूंगा. Provided C will guarantee the payment of the price of goods. उसने कहा मैं तुम्हें उधार पे सामान दे दूंगा अगर C जो है श्योरिटी जो है, C is surety in this case, B is principal debtor, A is creditor and C is surety. उसने कहा कि मैं सामान तुम्हें उधार पे दे दूंगा अगर C जो है इसकी गारंटी लेगा प्राइस ऑफ गुड्स की. C promises to the guarantee. C ने इस पर्टिकुलर ट्रांजैक्शन की गारंटी ले ली. Now, C promises to the guarantee the payment in consideration of A's promise to deliver the good. This is the sufficient consideration for C promise. इसको हम C और क्या कहते हैं A के बीच में जो कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ गारंटी होगी उसमें हम कंसिडरेशन मान लेंगे जो भी शॉर्ट में जो भी प्रिंसिपल डेटर के लिए क्रेडिटर करता है. Anything done, the first word is written anything done in section 127. As you can see, anything done, कोई भी चीज जो क्रेडिटर करता है प्रिंसिपल डेटर के लिए उसको हम सफिशिएंट कंसिडरेशन मान लेते हैं श्योरिटी और क्रेडिटर के कॉन्ट्रैक्ट के लिए. ठीक है. Now you can see the B and C illustration and and any problem you'll ask me after when the online classes will start. Now guarantee for the past debt. A guarantee for a past debt was declared to be invalid starting में, but anything done has been included. But the words anything done includes things which before the guarantee was given. So starting in the starting, it was held that the past debt cannot be, you cannot take guarantee of the past debt. But when you see the anything done which is said in section 127, the High Court in Ghulam Hussain versus Fayaz Ali answered the question and said that the this seems to attribute an unnatural meaning to the word which is submitted, as the rest of the section source refer as an executed as distinguished him from the executory consideration. Now, the fourth point is that the first essential, after first essential was there must be three parties, second essential is that there must be three contracts, third essential was that there must be the existence of principal debt, fourth essential is that there must be consideration, fifth essential is that there must not be misrepresentation and concealment of the fact from the surety. कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ गारंटी में जो श्योरिटी और क्रेडिटर के बीच में होता है, शॉर्ट में बता रहे हैं, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ऑफ गारंटी में जो श्योरिटी और प्रिंसिपल डेटर श्योरिटी और क्रेडिटर के बीच में होता है, उसमें श्योरिटी जो है उसके साथ कोई मिसरिप्रेजेंटेशन नहीं होना चाहिए या कंसीलमेंट ऑफ फैक्ट नहीं होना चाहिए क्रेडिटर के द्वारा। और अगर ये होता है तो उस पर्टिकुलर गारंटी को इनवैलिड मानेंगे। मीन्स श्योरिटी मस्ट हैव द नॉलेज of the material part of the transaction. If there is any misrepresentation by the creditor or any concealment of fact by the creditor, the particular contract of guarantee will stand invalid. Now you can see on your screen, this is very easy point and there is nothing to interpret in this, that a contract of guarantee is not a contract if it is not done on the good faith. So in this particular case, section 142 and 143 of Indian Contract Act mention this particular point, that it is a duty on the part of the creditor that taking a guarantee, surety must have in possession all the facts likely to affect his degree of responsibility. You understand this point. In this particular contract of guarantee, surety is taking the liability of a principal debt. So in that particular case, he must have knowledge of all the material fact of the transaction, material part transaction का जो भी है सारे facts उसको पता होना चाहिए. So surety should be in the possession of all facts likely to affect the degree of responsibility, and if the creditor neglect to do so, he will make it on his own risk or on his own peril. So now section 142 says that any guarantee obtained by means of misrepresentation, अगर कोई guarantee misrepresentation made by the creditor or his knowledge concerning a material part of transaction is invalid. अगर किसी creditor ने कोई information नहीं दी है जो material part of transaction को affect कर रहा है, तो वो particular transaction invalid हो जाएगा. Now section 143 is saying guarantee obtained by concealment invalid. Any guarantee given any guarantee which the creditor has obtained by means of keeping silence as to the material circumstances will stand invalid. So the crux of section 142 and 143 is that the creditor should give all the material part of the knowledge to the surety before the contract of guarantee, and if he has not given, that particular part will stand invalid. Now illustration you can see. Now you can see with the illustration, A engage B as a clerk to collect money for him. A ने engage किया B को जो क्लर्क है कि वो मनी उसके लिए कलेक्ट करे. B fails to do of some of his receipts and A in consequences call him to furnish security for his duly accounting. Now those who are not able to understand, A suppose B is an account, A किसी संस्था का मालिक है और B उसका अकाउंटेंट है. बी ने कहा, ए ने बी को कहा कि तुम मनी कलेक्ट करके मेरे पास लाओ. बी ने रिसिप्ट में उसको जो है ट्रांसपेरेंसी नहीं दिखाई. ठीक है, तो उस बेस पे उसने उसकी सिक्योरिटी या अकाउंटिंग को जब्त कर लिया. नाउ सी गिव्स हिज गारंटी फॉर बीज ड्यूली अकाउंटिंग. सी ने गारंटी दिया. अब इस पर्टिकुलर केस में ए इज creditor, B is principal debtor and C is surety. C gives his guarantee for B's duly accounting. C गारंटी देता है B की अकाउंटिंग पे. A did not acquaint C with B's previous conduct. A ने B के प्रीवियस कंडक्ट के बारे में C को नहीं बताया कि वो पहले भी अकाउंटिंग में ट्रांसपेरेंसी नहीं बरतता था. Now B afterwards make default and as usual B ने डिफॉल्ट कर दिया ट्रांजैक्शन में. नाउ द गारंटी इज इनवैलिड। गारंटी क्या है, वही जो सी की तरफ से वो इनवैलिड हो गई बिकॉज उसे मटेरियल ट्रांजैक्शन के बारे में नहीं पता था। ये सेम illustration भी है and you can see now the next point is that in section according to section 123 the contract of guarantee can be oral or it can be written। can contract of guarantee oral भी हो सकती है और written भी हो सकती है जो section 126 में लिखा हुआ है। so essentials of contract of guarantee: first point, there must be three parties. Second point, there must be three contracts. Third point, there must be existence of principal debt. Fourth, and in that principal debt, you have to cover the case of minor debt also. What is the position of minor debt? And fourth point, there must be consideration. Fifth point, that contract it can be oral or it can be writing, as mentioned in section 126. Now, I hope so you are able to understand the essentials of contract of guarantee, and if there is any doubt in this, when we will do the online classes we will cover it, and hope so that once the writing part will come, so I'll make you people more understand, and in the case if you are having any problem we'll discuss in the online class. I'm attaching the questions and you need to answer this particular question compulsorily because it is a one liner question. You need to answer it and then you have to send me on the ARP. Thank you, class.